Hi, welcome to Matt's Garage. Today we're going to be installing this Gobi rack on this 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4-door. It's going to be the same for any JL 4-door hardtop. It's just that the Stealth rack is a little bit taller to clear my Sky One Touch, but even if you have a regular hardtop, it's basically the same. First step, unbox. Packaging's pretty good. Everything looks nice and powder coated. I'll probably bring this down. I was sitting around wondering why there was no videos on like a full install, like they're kind of all half-assed. And then I looked at this instruction book and now I realize like, this is a really involved process. Those are the long ones with the little sleeves. These are the short ones. All right, with those, that's a size 40 Torx. You're supposed to take a box end wrench and loosen this hinge screw. Need more leverage. This is a bracket F. It's supposed to be marked with a D and a P for passenger driver. It is not marked. I see no stampings, but I could tell that's what it is. And this is supposed to go in here like that. I don't have it loose enough yet. Like that. And then it's supposed to line it up with the cowling edge and windshield and fully tighten screw A. Now you have to get in here and take the top bolt off of the driver's side door hinge. Of course I meant passenger. We got this sort of bracket that needs to slide in. Wait, I grabbed the wrong side? I got it in backwards. It goes like that. It goes in like that and then you tighten it, but not, you don't just hand tight, finger tight. Okay, then you sort of pick this up and put the cowling screw back in here, just finger tight to sort of center this bracket. So you snug that down and then you can tighten that by hand just a little bit more. And then I know it's in the right location. Just finger tight. And then you pull this back out. Take some rubbing alcohol. Clean off this area right here. And then you're going to put this 1" by 1/2" piece of foam tape. And then you put the cowling back on. We are now at the point where we can put the front light bar on. I'm just going to take an extra precaution, lay a towel up here. Not a good job. Just protect the paint in case, you know, it gets a little unwieldy. And then I've staged my bolts. This is a 40mm Allen button head bolt with a lock washer and a thick little flat washer, and then an aluminum spacer that sits in that back hole back here. Walk to the front of the Jeep. All right, pick it up and walk it back here. Just hold it there. We'll stretch it out. Okay. All right, now to get this that side lined up okay, this side did not. So I'm gonna put pressure on it while Mrs. Matt's garage gets it threaded through. What, no, sorry, pull it out. Okay, you gotta put the washer on it first.
Sorry. Okay, it was on the other side.
Both sides, go ahead.
Do I put it on this side?
No, that side. Okay.
Oh, and then there's my roll.
Yeah, make sure you put the flat side. Yeah, that's right, correct.
How about this one?
Yeah, that side's right. This says like a brown adhesive circle, but this is the only circle adhesive I see. So I'm gonna take the backing off. This is just like a clear sticker. I'm gonna put it right where this bumper goes. You're supposed to replace these once a year, but I don't see, you'd have to take the whole thing apart. There's a cool cover plate that sort of covers this area here and ties that support back into the light bar. But in order to install that, you need to pull the screw you just put on off. And then there's an identical bolt that goes on this side, but you gotta put the aluminum spacer in. So you kind of put the aluminum spacer in, trap it with this piece. Let me get this to go in there. And just hand tight, because the next part, you gotta adjust this light bar by pulling it back onto the body, because these holes aren't even lined up, so, okay. At this point, you can put in the other short button head screw. Of course it bounced off my foot. Of course it did. Do the same thing on the other side after you find your washer. You're just gonna stand here and pull this down so it's fully against the body. Okay? Don't let go. So get in a good, comfortable position and pull down. It's okay. All right, so let's keep pressure on it. So that's tight, good and tight. That's good and tight. Then you switch from Metrique to Continental. Tighten that one down, and then tighten this one down. All right, now I do need you to pull one more time, but I need to reposition. And then we're gonna tighten that top bolt in the door. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. Let me maybe just push on it. Okay, the light bar installation is complete, and now I'm going to turn my attention to the back rear corner of the vehicle, and I think I have to take the rear bumper off to do it. Next step is to clean this part of the vehicle because the sort of distribution pads go here. You're supposed to line up this slot with the body seam. This side fits good. The other side has a cutout for the fuel filler. This did not fit at all. I had to shave about 1/8 of an inch off of these radius to fit on the other side. This is like it's almost like magnesium or something. It's a super light metal. So I tried to do it with the razor blade, but it was too slow. So I put it on the bandsaw. Anyway, take the backing off and you stick it on there. As you can see, I've had to pull my rear bumper off. If you have a Rubicon, you basically have to pull your rear bumper off. And the way this works is this stand, it's basically, when you screw down on these like a medieval torture device, it pushes on the pinch weld. So this slides under here like this, and you're supposed to get it lined up basically perfectly with the body seam. In here somehow. Put it over. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Oh, yeah, okay. Like that. So short side towards the tire. Slide it up in here. I know my arm's blocking, guys, but this is really hard to film. Okay, and then make sure that that's that way. And then there's going to be a plate that goes like this. sliding that down separately. That goes there. And then the other carriage bolts go like this. There's another washer, another nut. So that's another plate. Then there's one more plate, which I'm assuming goes something like this. Another one of these. Okay. Another washer and a nut. Oddly, that one's going this way. Huh. Well, that doesn't even fit through the slot. The reason it wasn't working is that hole was too small, so I had to take a file and open it up. Now the carriage bolt fits in there, so I gotta go do all that over again. Okay, this is what it should look like in the end. I went and put anti-seize on all these, but I'm just giving you guys a close-up if you're trying to do this and trying to figure this out. So again, this goes on first, then the support, then you slide in that L bracket or J bracket, then this support plate, then this support plate. But that's solid now. I'm gonna go do the other side. This is kind of an afterthought. I noticed the bag when I'd finished, and there's like this J hook. It's like an additional support, and you slide it up next to this wiring harness, and then it bolts into the position of this bolt here. So don't forget to do that like I did. Okay, this is where I go off script. In the instructions, it tells you to have, like, put protection on the top of your Jeep, and then put the rack up on the Jeep, like rest it there, attach the front, and then do the back supports. The Gobi is really designed to pivot off of those back pieces I just installed. So I'm just gonna use that to my advantage. I'm gonna put the leg supports on with this upside down, attach them, and then swing it over. I think they did the instructions that way because most people probably don't have the head height in their shop. But since I have the room, I'm just gonna do it this way. Now for my next trick. I'm gonna not super tighten those. I just want to get it up on the truck before I get into all that. In preparation for this stupid idea, get your pivot here ready. Install these 2 nylon shoulder washers. It'd be so much better if they had a proper bushing here, but can't get everything, I guess. So we're gonna tip this up and just have it kind of sitting on these jack stands, okay? So it's kind of tippy, all right?
Okay.
And these slide over these little nubs that are down on the head.
On the outside of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get it up, and then you need to hold it in place while I get one side in.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like we're too far
Forward.
Okay, so come back down. It's pretty close. All right, that's
Side.
okay. I need you to stand where I am.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you got it?
I got it. Tippy.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Okay, I've got one side in. They're Gen 1 Harbor Freight, the Widowmakers.
What? Really?
Yeah, they've been known to like collapse under weight.
Oh my god, I don't want to do that. I mean, we're not underneath, but
Okay.
okay. Now what?
Whew.
Did you
Now,
get that side in better?
I mean, the bolt's in, so we need to walk it over the Jeep,
Okay.
and I need to put something on the top to keep it from hitting. So,
Like towels?
yeah, let me grab those towels again. You're gonna come over where I am, kind of, and we are going to lift and walk it over. Okay, like this.
Oh
Now,
my god.
It's okay, it's okay. You just, look, you want to go forward, you can catch it. I'll lower it to you.
Okay, to the front?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, go ahead.
coming down.
Okay. I mean, I'm only going to get this side.
That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Kind of got it there?
Yeah, I got the one side.
Okay.
It's okay, it's resting on the ground.
All right, cool. Boom!
Nice.
That's cool.
Wow, that maneuvered quite stable.
Yeah. Well, that's, so now I just need to put the 2 bolts in the front. I've got a limb riser, which I'll show you when I'm all done. But you basically just bolt it in the front, you put pads here, and then you screw these adjustments in, and then that's it. But that's pretty self-explanatory. This was the hard part. I'll come back when it's all done. Okay, the rack is done 100%. These front bolts were no big deal. I wanted to show you guys the limb riser, but the cable I had, it goes to that front hinge, which I need to close. It's too long. I put my crossbars on here so that you need the elevation crossbars on the One Touch Sky because it kind of pops up as it's folding back. Everything's tightened up. I followed the instructions for setting this so it's even on each side of the roof. It's pretty straightforward. I had to actually trim my bumper, as I suspected, to clear that bracket, but that's done. And then I didn't show the ladder install, but it's 2 bolts here, 2 bolts underneath, and then 1 bolt here. So that's pretty basic. So all in all, it took about, I don't know, 4 hours? 6 hours maybe, start to finish, and that was just taking my time. But it looks great, but I didn't get it for the looks. So looking forward to getting something on top of this. Maybe next time on Matt's Garage.